Hey guys, this is my 100% confirmed in Call of Duty Black Ops video, and to make it much easier for you guys to navigate, I've included on-screen options for you to select a specific part of the video that you'd wish to skip through, or you could just watch the video in whole. So I'm going to leave it running for 5 more seconds so you can choose. First in this video, I'm going to be covering COD points. The first question that I'm going to answer is, what are COD points? COD points are nothing confusing. They're just a new currency system that is being introduced in Black Ops. With these COD points, you will buy your weapons, camos, equipment, perks, everything. XP and the normal leveling system will still be in place. You'll just have to use your COD points to buy whatever you want after you unlock it. For an example, I want the WA-2000 sniper rifle. If it was unlocked at level 25, I would have to still get to level 25, then use my COD points to buy it. Basically what this means is that just because you're the maximum level doesn't mean that you'll have every single thing in the game available to you. Also, if you don't prestige and want extra challenge, you can go for trying to buy everything in the game, which would make multiplayer a little bit more longer lasting. Now off to the next question, which is, how do you get COD points? To earn COD points, you can play wager matches, a new type of multiplayer that will be covered later in this video. You can earn COD points by completing contracts, a new type of challenges in which you are rewarded with both COD points and XP bonuses for completing a task in a given amount of time. You can also earn COD points by playing multiplayer normally as you always would. When playing multiplayer, it is kind of confusing about how you earn COD points. Basically, for every 10 XP that you get 1 COD point. If your XP amount isn't divisible by 10, you round it and then divide by 10. For an example, I play a team deathmatch game and I get 627 XP. Round 627 to 630, divide 630 by 10, and you get 63. I would have earned 63 COD points in that match. One thing that I want to be clear about is that you cannot get COD points using real life money, so it will be completely fair for everybody. That's it for this section, so you could either press the annotation on the screen to go back to the choices, or you can wait a few seconds for me to start the next section. The next section in this video is about wager matches. The first question I'm going to be covering is, what are wager matches? I'm sure that most of you guys know what wager matches are, but there are a few points that you guys probably don't know that I'm going to be covering inside this video. Basically, wager matches are a new type of multiplayer where you bet COD points. There are 4 different wager matches and they are all free-for-alls with 6 people at the maximum. Each wager match has its own set of rules and how you play them. The first wager match is One in the Chamber. In One in the Chamber, everyone spawns with a Makarov handgun that has 1 bullet. For every kill that you get, you earn a bullet, even if the person you killed already lost their bullet. If you have no more bullets, you're forced to knife people. After 3 deaths, you'll be forced to spectate. The person with the most kills win. The next wager match is Gun Game. Gun Game has been seen in Counter-Strike before and is a PC mod for Call of Duty 4. In Gun Game, the goal is to get 1 kill with all 20 weapons. Every time you get a kill, you get a different weapon to use until someone gets to tier 20, the ballistic knife. The third wager match is Sticks and Stones. In Sticks and Stones, everybody has a crossbow, ballistic knife, and tomahawk. If you kill somebody with the tomahawk, they lose all of the points that they earned inside that match. The goal is to have the most points at the end of the time limit. The last wager match is Sharpshooter. In Sharpshooter, everyone starts off with the same randomly selected weapon, uses that weapon for a fixed amount of time, then everyone switches to the same weapon. Going on a streak of kills will reward you with pro perks and scoring multipliers. The goal is to have the most points at the end of the time limit. The wager matches are divided into 3 separate playlists. The first wager match playlist is called Ante-Up. In Ante-Up, you'll be able to choose which wager match to play instead of voting on it in the lobby. You'll also be able to join the lobby in a party of friends. Don't worry, boosting won't be common in Ante-Up because David Vanderhaar, the lead multiplayer designer, said they made the rewards very low for winning so you wouldn't earn a worthwhile amount of COD points. Ante-Up has the lowest buy-in and the lowest rewards points for winning. So this playlist will be used if you want to play wager matches with friends or you don't want to be afraid of losing all your COD points. The next playlist is called Weekend Gambler. In Weekend Gambler, you'll be able to choose which wager match to play instead of voting on it in the lobby. You won't be able to form parties, so there will be no boosting in this playlist. This playlist has a medium price buy-in and a medium-sized COD point reward for winning. This playlist will be commonly used for players who are not afraid to risk their COD points and are looking for a good amount of CP for winning. The last playlist is called High Roller. No information about this playlist has been confirmed besides the fact that it has Pro Gambler mode enabled. The description for Pro Gambler mode says that it incorporates all 4 wager matches. That's it for this section, so you could either press the annotation on the screen to go back to the choices, or you can wait a few seconds for me to start the next section. The next section is going to be about combat training. The first question that's going to be on your minds is, what is combat training? Combat training is a new type of multiplayer that is separate from normal Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. In combat training, you can level up and earn COD points separately from Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, allowing you to be able to try out weapons that you may be unsure about without having to spend your precious COD points. In combat training, you solo or a group of friends can play against bots which have a few different difficulties. These bots can only play team deathmatch or free-for-all, so there will be no other game modes in combat training. Now that you know what combat training is, I'm going to tell you some purposes of it. Do you play on a game battles team? If you do, combat training will be a great place to practice rushing routes, setups, kill streaks, all sorts of different things. Did you see an enemy use a nade spot or a flanking route? Test how it works in combat training. Are you one of the below average players? Just simply practice your game in combat training. I can already tell that combat training won't be something commonly used by many people. I think that many will also overlook it. I can see my clan using combat training to test out different setups and such against bots and not each other like we had to do previously. That's it for this section, so you could either press the annotation on the screen to go back to the choices, or you can wait a few seconds for me to start the next section. Now on to theater mode and file share. The first question is, what is theater mode? Theater mode is a new feature that allows you to record your matches and most likely put them on the internet for your friends to see. It will be similar to the theater mode featured in Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Theater mode will automatically record all of your matches and give you the choice at the end of each match to save the match or put it in your file share. Saving them will allow you to edit out the parts that you don't want and add any video effects to the parts that you do want. You'll be able to have 10 segments per clip and 6 clips saved in total. A clip would be like the video of my whole match, and a segment might be like me getting an awesome kill feed. Think of each clip as its own video and each segment as its own part inside a video. The next question is, what is file share? File share is something that was also featured in Halo 3 and Halo Reach. With file share, you can play something that you created, whether it be private match settings for something like Michael Myers or a picture of an epic position your character was in. You can access any other player's file share and download anything that's on there, regardless of if they're online or not, or if they're on your friends list or not. Because private matches are more customizable, you might see private match settings on file shares, or even sites like Game Battle setting the rules for a game type and requiring you to download that specific game type from their file share and using it for all your Game Battles matches. The next question that's probably on everybody's minds and is even on my mind is, will I be able to use theater mode to upload my videos to the internet or YouTube? Information on that is currently unknown, but due to the fact that rendering videos cost a lot of money and would require a lot of bandwidth usage from Activision, I'm sure they will be charging you to render videos from theater mode and get them onto your computer or YouTube. That's it for this section, so you could either press the annotation on the screen to go back to the choices, or you can wait a few seconds for me to start the next section. The next section is on customization. I'm going to warn you before this starts that this is going to be a really long section because they've included loads of customization in Black Ops, whether it be for your emblems or camos or whatever. The customization section is going to be long, so I'm going to be dividing this into many different subsections. The first subsection is about gun customization. Gun customization is all of the things that can be customized in regards to your gun, whether it be for reticules or lens tint or anything. One of the first ways it can be customized is changing the reticle. Starting at level 25, when you equip a red dot sight or reflex attachment, you can customize the reticle color and the shape. There are a number of different shapes like the nuke symbol, a circle, a plus sign, a smiley face, a skull, everything. Once you select which shape you want it in, you can select the color. This is for every weapon in the game as long as you have the red dot sight or reflex attachment equipped. You can also change the lens tint from level 30 and onwards. The lens of the sight is the actual glass, and if you don't want the glass to be clear, you can change it to purple, to blue, to red, to whatever you want. Apparently, it's more useful to have a different colored lens on some maps in the game. You must have a red dot sight or a reflex sight attached for this. You can also etch your clan tag into your gun. You can see on the picture shown right now that he has the clan tag TMKS etched, not written, but etched into his gun. The level unlock for this feature is currently unknown. Another thing that you can do with your gun is stamping your emblem on it. It doesn't matter if you're using a customized emblem or one of the presets, you can still stamp it on. In the background right now, you should be able to see someone with their smiley face emblem stamped on their gun. That's how it will look. The last thing about your gun that you can customize is your camo. While this has been available to some extent in Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, there's loads of more camos to choose from in Black Ops, like the golden camo. Camos will only be available on your primary weapons and not on your secondary weapons, like in Modern Warfare 2. The next part of customization that I'm covering is character customization. Your character can now become customized in a number of ways, through outfits changing based on their perks and the ability to add paints to their faces. Based on the perk one that you choose, your character will look different. So an SOG flak jacket user will look different than an SOG ghost user, even though they're the same faction, but because of their different perk ones, they'll look different. This will allow different things like giving the player the option to use a ghillie suit by using ghost without using a sniper rifle as their primary weapon. Now starting at level 31, you'll be able to customize your character's face and add a face paint. There are a list of many different face paints available for you to choose from, and there are about 40 of them. A part of customization that they updated the most is your call sign, like getting rid of the titles and replacing it with backgrounds and adding in an emblem editor. New to call signs or backgrounds. Instead of titles, you will be able to change the background of your call sign. Backgrounds can't be customized, so you have to use a preset or the default. They also introduced the emblem editor, which lets you make your own emblem from scratch. This can be used by people with no artistic ability to make something simple, and by people with lots of artistic ability to make something amazing. Since emblems don't reset when you prestige, if you work hard on an emblem, you will have it to keep forever. For the emblem editor, you'll be able to have 12 layers of your emblem. Each layer costs some COD points to buy, and then you can add whatever you want to the layer, enlarging or shrinking the image, or change the color. That's it for this section, so you could either press the annotation on the screen to go back to the choices, or you can wait a few seconds for me to start the next section. This video is approaching the 15-minute upload limit for YouTube videos, so I decided to make it into two parts as I still have some more sections to speak about. So you can either rewind the video a little bit to go back to the options in the beginning, or you can click on the annotation that's on the screen right now to go to part 2, which is where I'm going to start the map section.